Hey everyone, welcome to Garden Air. So today we are actually building our greenhouse and I'm really excited to get it up because my sunroom is absolutely filling up with plants that need to go outside and I'm running out of space. And my sunroom is not even all that sunny because I have these two great big maple trees that stand right over the room. So it's great for house plants, but it's not great for seed starting or keeping your outside plants in while you're waiting for the season to warm up so you can plant. It's just not bright enough. And so we've decided a greenhouse is just going to be necessary especially for food starting. Everything needs so much sun. So today we are building that greenhouse. We have the foundation already started, so I'm going to show you that and what we've decided to do to get that done. I didn't film that day because we just kind of jumped into it. We had so much to do. I didn't even think about grabbing the camera, but I can show you what we've done so far, give you an idea of what we're doing as a foundation for it. And I will show you what we got, the make, the model, where we bought it from, and give you an idea of how to put it together. So we're hoping that this isn't too difficult of a process, but we'll find out. So let's get into it. Okay, so this is what we did the other day. We built basically just a box out of 6x6s that are 8 feet long and filled them with concrete blocks as the floor for our greenhouse. So we put down landscape fabric inside and then we topped it with leveling sand. And then on top, we leveled that all out to get it even, and then we laid down just concrete bricks as the floor because I wanted something that I could at least kind of sweep up. And then we have pea gravel that we're going to be kind of filling in all of the gaps with. So we have a pretty good foundation yet. We're trying to figure out what we're going to do on the end here, and then we're going to start building. So this is the model we ended up buying. This is the Canopia by Paulrem hybrid 6x8. We got this at Tractor Supply Company. You can just order them all on their website. They have a lot of different ones to choose from. You can get a pretty nice greenhouse through them for less than $1,000. It will end up costing you in the long run around that price or over anyway, depending on what you get. You do have to build that foundation. Your greenhouse has to be anchored to something solid, or these guys will definitely blow away if you get a really high wind. So build a foundation. Sometimes they say you can put it right on like your deck. There's a lot of different things that you can do. So we built our foundation pretty heavy and we'll be anchoring it to that. Plus there is an anchoring assembly kit that you can order along with your greenhouse that will help anchor it down even more. So the instructions are pretty massive. There's going to be a lot to do. If you buy a greenhouse like this, be prepared to take most of a day to put it together. Some things to know, choosing your site, make sure it's going to be on a solid foundation like I was just saying, best done by 2 people. Just a quick look at what to expect before you put this thing together, so you have an idea of what's going to be necessary and the amount of work it's going to entail to put this together. It's going to be a massive project, but I can't wait to get this done. So this is what we're looking at for the day, and I'm not going to record the entire process of building it. I'm going to give you guys an idea of what we're doing and what we're going through throughout the day. I'll just be filming this in parts, and anything that looks really important to capture, I'll try to capture that for you. But if I record the entire process, I'm afraid this is just going to be like a 2 to 3 hour video, and I don't think anyone wants to watch that. So the first thing we did was separate all of our pieces by number. Everything is numbered, and then the directions will tell you how many of each piece you need along the way. So So here's our stuff, and we're going to start putting together the base on right on top of the foundation. So this is what we're starting with. So the greenhouse is finished, and I'm just going to take you on a little walk from our upper deck down to where we have the greenhouse. So just give you a little tour. This is my little walk. This is my shade garden that leads from the garage to the house. Lots of cornflowers. And it's like late spring right now. This is the little walk that leads to our vegetable garden. I keep the more tender herbs inside the fence so that deer and things don't want to eat it. There's potatoes under there, lettuce, and then I'll have like tomatillos and broccoli and cucumbers coming up in there. And the raised beds are for herbs. And I have like some flowers and things coming up in here for the butterflies. There's garlic in here. There's this long bed here. We have onions and corn planted, and we'll be doing like tomatoes and some different things out here yet that I don't have finished yet. And then here's our finished greenhouse. And I'm just working now on like the outside. I have to put some bricks down here in the front. And I've started planting along the side. This side is where the sun comes down, and then this side is all shade. So I'll be getting some hostas and some little shade plants in here. And it really works great. It's nice and sturdy. So if you're worried about like how sturdy it is, it really doesn't move. When you begin building it, it feels extremely flimsy and you're like, oh no, what did I purchase? But once you get building, the greenhouse really comes together and holds itself well. It has survived. It took us a couple of weeks actually to get this done because we couldn't find a good day with the weather to get it done. And it really survived some seriously windy days, being only half built. So I'm really happy with it. And I'll take you inside. So we have a little door, and there's like a little magnet on the door so it will stay open for you. And I have peppers and tomatoes, some grapes going in here, and some foxgloves and just some little things waiting to go outside. There's leeks. And I have like my amaryllis in here to do their leaves and do their growing for the summer. I think I might leave them in here. My potting table, things that I have to still get planted directly outside. This little window opens up. For airflow, and so it's not a huge greenhouse, but it works for me, what I need it for. And my kids are grown, so really it's pretty soon it's going to be just me and my husband here. So I don't need a great big huge greenhouse, or even as big of a garden as I used to grow for vegetables. So stepping out, this is what we have here. There's wisteria, and I do have nesting sparrows in that birdhouse. They've been feeding and coming down and taking care of their babies every day while I'm out here. So that's really sweet that there's a nest full of babies in there. And the weather's turning beautiful, so I should be able to offer more gardening videos soon now that the weather has finally improved. This beautiful rose is a Variegata di Bologna, and it smells beautiful. It's like an old English rose scent with honey. It's just sweet and it's rosy and it's floral and it's just beautiful. And it's got that gorgeous splashy red, pink, and white. The obelisk, I put some morning glory seeds around, so I'm waiting for those to come up and figure out what I'll do with the rest of this space here yet. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you're thinking about getting a greenhouse, it really wasn't too difficult to build. It was just extremely time consuming, a lot of pieces, a lot of work, and time consuming. I can't stress that enough, but it did go up pretty easy. Definitely 2 to 3 people to build, and just take your time with it and don't stress out, and you can end up with a very functional, very good looking greenhouse. They do come available more opaque, so if you don't want it clear like mine, there are options for that as well. So I hope this helps if you're looking into a greenhouse, and I wish you much success. Bye. So the other day I was weeding and I had some poison ivy in under one of my rose bushes, so I have my daily or my yearly dose of poison ivy. So I'm going to show you jewel weed, which you can use to calm down your poison ivy rash. And I'm just going to take you out here in my woods where I have plenty of it growing. So I'm just looking for some here, and when you're looking over the weeds, I see a couple of shoots of it here. There's some there right there. It's darker green. It has slightly rough edges. There's a shape. It has beautiful orange flowers that remind me of like little elf slippers, and I will put a picture of the flower up for you on the screen. The stem has a nice wide stem, kind of squarish in shape, so you'll find edges on the stem, and that's jewelweed. So there's the inside of the stem is like juices and fluids, and it's really good for calming down poison ivy. So I'm just going to take this little piece, crumple it all up, get the juices out, and I'm going to rub this on my poison ivy and just calm the itch. And you can make like soaps with it, salves, whatever you need to do. Some people, you can put it in water and let the juices like infuse into the water, and then freeze it into ice cubes and preserve it that way. And that way you have some for throughout the summer for anybody who gets poison ivy. So just a little hack there. You can also use mud, clay. Bentonite clay is really good. So is activated charcoal for drawing out the poisons that irritate your skin. And I'll just end with a few pictures of the woods. We have trails that lead through here, and it just gets so pretty back here. When you're an herbalist like me, having woods this lush and full of plant life is just such a wonderful blessing. So that trail curves around that way, and it's just a beautiful day. We had rain all day today, so everything is just happy with the sun coming out. It's just beautiful. I love days like today back here. So with all that said, wish you all an absolutely wonderful day. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.